Hi, it's Nid here, and I wanted to cover off a common question that gets asked, which is the difference between clarity breathwork or breathwork and yoga pranayama or yogic breathing. And the first thing to understand is where these two fit. So with our yoga breathing, yoga pranayama is part of thousands of years of tradition of our path of how we can live an enlightened way. So pranayama fits on the 8 limbs of yoga, and it's the 4th. After we've looked at our ethical principles of how we conduct ourselves with other people, look after ourselves, move our body, we come to breathing. And that's because breathing is our bridge to start to come into our mind and our spirit and settle our nervous system, have control over our sense desires, our emotions, our wants, our thinking, so that we can be in a calm and focused and aware state to meditate and enlighten ourselves. So there are different kinds of breathing that you might find in yoga pranayama to change those nervous system effects in order to help us come into our meditation. With breathwork, and in particular with clarity breathwork, which is what I share, we're looking at a transformational style of breathing. So this is where we are shifting our perception of how we experience things through our breath. There are many different styles of modern teaching of breathwork. So different things may serve you and different people in different ways, obviously affecting their nervous system, and therefore enabling and opening you up to experience things in an altered way. And this in turn can leave you with new ways of perceiving and choosing to live your life. With clarity breathwork in particular, it is a nurturing feminine breath that is a conscious, connected, circular breathing of the inhale and the exhale. This will help to calm the nervous system so that it can begin to feel a more expansive and open state, which may lead to shedding some light on aspects of ourselves that we want to heal, that need a bit more love and kindness and generosity of your time and compassion. And it can also bring you into a more enlivened and awakened state and connect more to your joy and your vitality. The benefit of doing transformational breath work versus our yogic pranayama is that sometimes in transformational breath work, you're receiving through that connection those direct messages from your heart, from your soul, or from spirit, whatever it is that you feel comfortable calling it. And the wonderful thing with this is that it's at your pace, you're in control, so you are transforming and changing your life as you are ready to handle what comes through in your breathwork and take those steps in your life. And that is a truly empowering tool which you can use at any time that serves you, as well as obviously in a deep dive session. And we're doing those deep dive sessions so that we can really get into some of those aspects that may want extra support in healing. And that's where having a facilitator can really help hold you and just give you that space so that you can really surrender into the change that you are seeking and step up more fully to living a fulfilled life. We can go a little deeper into the pranayamas and what those are from a yogic perspective to help us with our meditation, which is why we might breathe before we come into our practice. And these breathing styles will include a tranquilizing or calming kind of breathing. It could include a vitalizing, which is an energizing kind of breathing. Or it might include something that's more balancing, a harmonizing kind of breath. And depending on what state you're in, you're going to use those different breaths to help you come into your meditation. So if you're feeling a bit dopey, a bit sleepy, then you're going to be using a vitalizing breath to enliven, awaken yourself, lift your nervous system so you can focus in your practice of meditation. Or if you're feeling quite anxious and stressed, you're going to be using the tranquilizing breathing to calm yourself down so that again, you can focus on that breath and find that bridge to your awareness. And maybe it's just coming into a bit of balance. Maybe you feel kind of okay. And so it's lovely just to feel that balanced way of being so that you can be open and aware to your practice as you move through in a calm and yet alert state. So I hope that gives you an idea of some of the different kinds of breathing practices and how they might apply in different ways. But ultimately, the most important thing to know and understand about our breath is that it is the bridge between your body, your mind, and your spirit. And when we use our breath, we can integrate and embody all that we are in this life in a loving and joyful way. And at this time, as many times, we need more joy and more love so that we can lift up those who are not in a place where they can have that as their direct experience so easily. So join me for Clarity Breathwork, or even for one of our group weekly sessions to discover the power and the joy of your breath.